I would say is definitely, once you hear the list of accolades, is definitely the most decorated female athlete in NCCU history, and arguably the most decorated athlete, period, in NCCU history. And I say that because every time she toed the line in a cross-country conference championship, she was the first one to cross the finish line. 4 consecutive individual CIAA championships. She's also a 4-time Division II All-American. She's a Division II national champion in 800-meter run. She has won 15 individual conference championships as a runner, and has been all conference. A lot of people, you know, if they earn all conference once, great. If you earn it 4 times, great. She was all conference 27 times. So it's my honor to introduce you to the 2014 Hall of Famer, Katerina Glosova. You came to us from the Czech Republic.
Yes, I did.
So how did you hear about NCCU from the Czech Republic?
Well, I had a lot of my friends were being recruited, the Czech athletes, to United States, and so I had a couple offers from other universities, and NCCU was one of them, and all the universities obviously had to give me full scholarship because there was no way I could, or my parents, afford to come to United States. And so NCCU sounded great on the map, or looked on the map. It was close to the mountains, close to the beach, so that was my pick.
Very good. Do you have any interesting stories? That can be a daunting trip for students to come from outside the country to the U.S. So do you have any interesting stories about that trip as a student, first time coming over?
I mean, it's a life-changing experience. It was, Coach Wilson and I had a rough start the first semester, he knows. And, but a really funny story is when he picked me up at the airport, and then the first he took me was KFC, and then he just told me, oh, so what would you like? And then I'm looking, my English was broken, and I kind of understood what he was saying, but I was so confused, and I have never seen KFC, and so I just started crying. And he thought he did something to me. He was freaked out, and so so he's like, okay, I'll order for you, it's okay. So that was kind of like a funny story right off the bat when we met, and but it is life-changing. The country is so different, and I come from a small town, so being here, not knowing English really well, I really didn't know very much. I learned this as I started studying. I recorded every single class, and I listened to it back, and that's how I actually learned English.
Well, it's pretty remarkable. You say you had broken English, but not only did she get a 4.0 in her first semester, but she graduated with a 3.9, correct? So when did you realize that you had talent as a distance runner?
I think it goes back to my original coach in Czech. I mostly concentrated on track there, but I always had a lot of, I ran a couple races back home, but I didn't really, I didn't really know until I started focusing here at NCCU in the cross-country season, and I started winning the races. I was like, wow, maybe I have other talents than 400 and 800.
Yeah, speaking of that, I mean, when you went to, besides cross-country, then you step on the track and he had you running in the 15, the 3K, the relays. I mean, how were you able to juggle all that, and what was your secret to being successful in all those different events?
I mean, it was kind of, if we worked hard, the races were kind of fun, you know, and I think once I think when we ran those 3 races, right, didn't you also have me do javelin that day, right? And because, and 4x4, and we just needed points, so it was, the relay was always my favorite. It was fun. All the girls, all of us, we had always good team, and it was just fun. Handing each other batons, and it could be any race. But it was hard work essentially, to be able to do all those events that day. So, and twice a day practice, mornings, running around the university, right?
Well, you commented about Coach Lawson and how you got off to a little rocky start. What was it like having Coach Lawson as your head coach? Keep it clean now.
He's a great coach. As you can see, he was selected as an international staff. So congratulations. That's a great accomplishment. And we worked really hard. I mean, he made us do a lot of things that he believed in. Track is not just working hard. It's a lot on the day race. It's mentally. You have to be prepared mentally, and he believed in all of us. I'm sure Jason Smooth can confirm that, and it was great for years. He never, as we got off the rough start, he never stopped believing in me. You can do it. You can adjust, and you'll be a great athlete. So thank you.
So in all of those races that you ran, do you have a most memorable race during your time at NCCU?
I think it would be my last race, the indoor one that I actually finally, I became a champion after all those 4 years that just my 800 was sometimes so close, being the second or the third, that I just, I was like, what am I doing wrong? And so finally I won, and I think, and I do believe that was my best time as well there, and for 800, so there was a great ending to, because I graduated in December, so there was a great ending to those 4 years.
Right. So what's life like for you now?
We live in Michigan. I have 2 children, Matthew and Claire, right there, and so they're keeping me very busy there, and it's, I run on occasion, don't have as much time, and it's good.
I was going to say, you still look like you can run, so you're still running?
Yeah, on occasion, yes. I'm sure that once the kids are at school, I'll do more. It's hard with the kids.
Yeah, I can understand. How does it feel to be an NCCU Hall of Famer now?
It's great. I am really honored that I can be here. That after, 12 years, I am back here, and they remember me, and they really I did something for you guys because you believed in me and you took me in, and despite not despite the thing that you didn't know how am I going to perform, and Coach Wilson believed in me, and the teammates, and it was a great support. My parents as well, they let me come. We had some hard time at that time, but they still let me come here. So I hope it'll help to the future athletes as well, that the Eagles can do a lot of things if they put their mind to. So hopefully, it'll help the future athletes if they can come.
And you mentioned you're from Michigan. You got a few folks that came here from Michigan with you. Anything you'd like to say to them?
Well, thank you for everything, for the support, for my husband never hesitating of driving 13 hours here to come, and for my father-in-law, thank you for joining me here and taking care of the kids when they become really cranky. And I'm just sad my parents couldn't make it, but it's hard being so far away. So, but I'm really happy I can be here.
Great. Well, thanks for having us. Ladies and gentlemen, Katerina Glosova.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.